Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back for another brand new video. Today's video is going to be another preview slash prediction as we rock ahead to the next game of football. Rock pun intended, as I just want to thank every single one of you for sending me your messages yesterday. Obviously Rocky Boy Johnson was at the vets yesterday, that's why there was no upload on the video. The man's recovering, he's doing alright. He may require surgery in about 7 days, but I just want to say thank you so much for all the messages. It was absolutely sensational and I'm sure the diva will be back on the channel very, very soon. If you haven't seen these videos before, we will break it down, talk about who's injured, who's able to play, all that stuff. Just a little general update about the squad. I will then give you my prediction, then read out the people's prediction from Twitter. If you are new and you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel as we make our way to 55k. And yeah, Thursday's frustrations to one side, we need to focus on the next game of football, so let's do that, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Rangers versus Motherwell, 3 PM kickoff. We have the well win versus the well win, if you know what that means. Rangers versus Motherwell is always a physical encounter, and when you're looking at the amount of injuries we've got, it's probably not the best time to play the hammer throwers. Motherwell have recently resparked their season after a very, very slow start to the season where it looked like they were going to struggle. They were back-to-back wins, 1-0, 1-0, playing sort of well, dominating teams. A slight change in the way the actual play seems to have clicked the players onto it, so it's not going to be an easy game. In fact, the last time we played Motherwell, they got a free draw, including a last gasp equaliser from Motherwell, which absolutely crushed me. Ironically, Lee Wallace came on and we conceded. Sums it up. On the Rangers side of things, Rangers have an opportunity to close the gap on first place to just 2 points with a win at home versus Motherwell, so there's a lot riding on this tie. So let's just jump into it and give you some injury updates, shall we? Kicking off the injury list, I've got to just break your hearts right away. BB aka Bornabear is still unable to play and is still unavailable for selection as he's to recover from his little niggle. Alright, to be honest with you, how long's this little knock gone for? It's been 5-6 weeks now. We need the man back. Flanagan running on absolute fumes, and his performances are certainly showing that. I think with this now opening up the left back spot as Bonnebear still isn't ready and Flanagan in clear need of a rest, I think there is one man to save us. And that's that man right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's going to be the first question of the episode. With the left back spot up for grabs, who are you leaning towards, Flanagan or Andy Halliday? Moving on from the problems at left back, there is a wee bit of news to give you an update on Kyle Lafferty, which may be a little boost, because this is about the best thing that I can see in the injury term front, because there's a lot of injuries, a lot of key players injured. But Kyle Lafferty is now listed as doubtful. Yeah, that's right, a doubtful is the best thing I'm able to give you in this injury part of today's video. Now, Kyle Lafferty did take part in half training on Friday and in full-time training today, which is Saturday, and he will be assessed ahead of tomorrow's game against Motherwell, which I think we're crying out for Kyle Lafferty. When things aren't going well, or we need that now attacking flair with so many key attacking players out, we really need him available on the bench. Look at what he was able to do the last time against Motherwell, getting a couple of goals. So that man knows how to score goals against Motherwell, and we need to get him back somehow. So let's keep our fingers crossed, basically. That's the best thing that we can do right now. On to more bad news. Unfortunately, Ryan Kent will still be missing for another 3 to 4 weeks with the hamstring injury, which we broke down in the last prediction video. Graham Dorrance is still injured, obviously, and Jamie Murphy has only a long-term injury, which leaves the question open, where's Waldo? No, genuinely, I'm not joking around that. Where is it? He's not listed as injured. I'm finding conflicting sources whenever I'm asking. Some people saying he's injured. Some sources are just saying he's just not playing. It's so weird. I'm trying to find anything concrete on Lee Wallace. So if you have anything, please let me know in the comment section below. It seems to be he was pushing himself really close to getting that first team action. Remember, he played against Motherwell. We did concede 3 seconds later, but he was closing that gap. Gerard was speaking about him, and then ever since he won that court case against Rangers, he just seems to be missing. Now finally we're moving away from the injury list because it was just getting absolutely ridiculous. We have a bit of suspension news to talk about, and that's going to be probably the biggest story coming out of Rangers this week, bar obviously the European game, and that's going to be none other than Daniel Candeias. Daniel Candeias got 2 yellow cards versus Samara who's obviously suspended for the Motherwell game, but even in the European game you saw how important Daniel Candeias is, and going back to the St Mirren game, he came off the bench and won us that game of football and got wrongly 2 yellow cards and sent off. Absolute joke of a decision. A clear mistake, and I'm going to say mistake like that because you all know what I'm saying, from Willie Collum. Now, Rangers done the right thing and appealed the decision, but the SFA has decided to uphold the suspension, not give any explanation on why Daniel Candeias was booked. Now there's theories going about saying it was because of the kiss, blew a kiss to him, or Willie Collum made a mistake and he thought that Daniel Candeias got involved with Ferdinand, or maybe Satan in Portuguese to Ferdinand. There's all these mad conspiracy theories, right? But Rangers asked why they were upholding the decision and they were given no explanation on. Now, I don't know how you feel about this one, but if you're going to double down and be an absolute idiot, at least issue a statement on why you're doubling down. Even just reach out and go for the kiss, even though it isn't a yellow card. Just give yourself some credibility if you've got any left. But the SFA didn't decide to do that. They just said, no comment, he's still suspended, goodbye. I mean, even Steven Gerrard saying in his press conference, he assumed common sense would prevail, but this is the SFA, Stevie. You've got a lot to catch up on. So there's not too much else to say, to be honest with you, when it comes to Daniel Candeias. The man will be suspended, but just to keep you updated, Rangers are taking this further with the SFA, and I'm sure it's going to go on for a very long time. Now, last but not least, we have one other player that is going to be missing from tomorrow's game of football, and that is going to be none other than Coulibaly. He will take no part in tomorrow's game, and he will not be available from the bench either, as he deals with a death in the family. So my thoughts honestly go out to the guy, and hopefully he's okay, and he takes however long it needs to obviously recover. Family always comes first, and I'm sure Rangers and Steven Gerrard is going to give Coulibaly whatever time he needs to obviously recover from this. And yeah, just hopefully the guy's alright, because that's obviously a horrendous thing. So my thoughts are certainly with Coulibaly. So now that we know who's available and who isn't available, hopefully that'll feed into your prediction, so we get another one right and get back on the hot streak. Myself, my prediction will come in a couple of minutes time. I just want to speak briefly about what Gerrard said during his press conference. He said a couple of things I thought was very interesting, and it's all about that defence. I know it's hard to call them a defence after Spartak, but as Gerrard said in his press conference, they were very open and honest and very brutal on their own self-assessment on that game. They were open and honest to the team, saying they let everyone down and they've obviously got a lot of stuff to improve upon. So they're going to look to make that right against Motherwell, which is probably what I want to hear. But I'm not going to get too excited and build too much into that, because I've expected some big reactions in the last couple of disappointments, but we've not quite seen the level of reaction I want to see. But I'm sure Goldson won't have another defensive performance like that, because it was extremely poor, but I'm expecting the big Colossus to come back. And one other thing that really caught my attention was something that Steven Gerrard said regarding the two winger position, because if you look at it, Candeias is out, Kent is out, so they two spots are open. Who's going to fill them? Pretty much is going to be Glenn Middleton and Grezda. That's pretty much what Steven Gerrard said. He even commented on Glenn Middleton grabbing his chance and announcing himself as a Rangers player on Thursday with his level of performance, calling him excellent and saying he really impressed him and showed that he can fill that space. Then turned to Grezda in front of everyone and said, now this is his chance to do it as well. So Grezda is going to get the opportunity and the chance to live up to the Rangers badge. He's been a very, I was going to say hit and misses there, but that wouldn't be fair because he's not had enough game time. But I think he's shown some glimpses of quality, and now getting the 90 minutes against Motherwell at home with the Rangers fans absolutely cheering the building off at a fortress where Rangers have been exceptionally good. This is now their chance to go out and say, we're not happy with just being second video to Kent and Candeias. Yes, there's missing for just now, but we should be number one. That is the kind of mindset I want to go in. I think they're two creative players that could unlock the door and make a big splash, which leads me to my prediction finally. Apologies. I'm going to go with Rangers 3, Motherwell 0. My goal scorers, Morelos, Grezda and Tavernier. That's right, I'm going to continue with that as well. Yep. Alright everyone, this is normally the part where I jump in and do the sort of people's predictions, but my phone's dead, so yeah, I'm going to have to charge it then come back. See you in a couple of seconds for you, minutes for me. Sums up the channel. Sums it up. I've got it on charge now, I'm just having to wait for it to load up. It's not got enough power to take out the charge. Cable doesn't reach. One of these things, eh? Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the people's opinion. That's right, 665 people has voted. Thank you for no one else voting, or that would have been extremely weird. And the hour that it was up, predictions for the Motherwell game. 7% votes for a draw, 8% votes for a well win, but 85% of the people votes for a Rangers win. That's right! Ross Watson, 3-1 Wallace hat-trick. Brilliant. Amazing. Great start. In the mood. Thanks, Ross. Georgie Brown says 7-0, we're going to destroy the Steelmen. I love doing this, because then this gets quoted when we draw and stuff like that. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for getting involved. Ewan McKenzie says 3-0, Morelos, Tav and Arfield to score. Jordan Smith says 3-0 Rangers, Morelos, Grezda and Tavernier. In fact, that's exactly what I said. Jordan Smith, we're in here, son. Joseph JCA says 4-2 Rangers, Morelos and Ken and a cheeky Tav hat-trick. That would be impressive. Mark M says 3-0 Rangers. We'll do what we should have done in the first game. Dale Valentine says 2-0 Rangers, Middleton and Morelos. And Andrew Tate says, least confident I've been for a while going to Ibrox tomorrow, but looking for a big win. Middleton and Greza to start, which may be a positive. Don't start Flanagan. Halliday is perfectly okay enough. 8 put in caps. Jamie Murdoch says, I put Worrell back in and replace Flanagan with Halliday at left back. Coulibaly needs bench, so I'd go with Jack, Arfield and Ajayi in the midfield with Middleton, Morelos, Grezda up top. And the last one we will read out from today comes from David Gold. This is 3-1 to the famous. Goals from Morelos, Middleton and a Tav penalty. Their goal will probably come from a corner that we cannot defend. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard the people's opinion. You've heard mine. Now that you've heard who's in or out, what's your opinion? Make sure you let me know in the comment section below. Again, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be absolutely tremendous. We used to just smash 1k every time. We're starting to stutter lately. Let's get out of our blip, just like Rangers, and let's get back to doing what we do best. If you'd like to support the channel directly, there will be a link to the Patreon in the description below. I've been CJ Over 92. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.